Okay. Can you just sort of maneuver that for a bit? Or?
Sure.
Yes.
Thank
You
you.
have a button, but you have to take one of these.
So you're using
All right.
Revit any version, or how is that licensed if it's sort of in a virtual environment?
It's licensed with your normal network license manager that you use with your workstations.
Okay.
We're a one-to-one relationship with the licensing,
Yes.
just like your workstation. So Autodesk loves our solution.
So then we can take a. Quite like that where you took a section there and.
Yeah. Oh, let's try that again.
It's quite fiddly with a. You need a pen, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't you? So.
Oh, let's try.
That's right. Do you have any sheet views set up? Can you go into all the sheet views on this as well?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just everything in the project browser because it's full on Revit. It's the entire model.
Okay.
So we are actually connected to the local file that's on the virtual desktop that's connected to the central file that's on the server, on the file server.
Yeah, okay.
And, we've even had customers tell us that when they're on airplanes and the airplanes have Wi-Fi, they're able to run Revit and connected to the same central file as everybody else back in the office.
How long has this been going? This product?
I've been doing it for 2.5 years. We've started doing it commercially this year.
Okay.
So it's a great environment to make, some simple changes.
Out in the field, then it'll sync back.
Yeah, you just save to central just like you would.
Central like I do.
And you do
Absolutely.
the save to central in the field.
In the field.
Right.
So you
and then the people back at the office, next time they reload, they're going to see the changes because it's the same central file.
Yes.
And then if I'm out in the field and I need something fairly complex done, I'm going to just call them on the cell phone, have the people back in the office do it for me because they've got the mouse and the big screen and stuff.
Yeah,
and then I just keep hitting reload until I get what I want, and then I show it to the GC.
Can I see Navisworks running on there as well? Or have you not set that up
Actually,
yet?
we've got it running on this one.
Okay.
So it's the big screen, but it's actually running from this little tiny system here.
Okay.
So this is our workstation longevity portion, where we have a netbook, which is a $300 netbook, and we're running Navisworks, Revit, all of that stuff on the netbook.
In that virtual environment.
In a virtual environment.
Fantastic.
So now, and we can support all the way down to a Pentium 4 with Windows XP.
Okay.
So your GCs can have all, or your casual users can have all of the access to all of the good stuff now, without the expense of workstations.
Oh, obviously it's not as fast as doing it on a desktop or anything like that.
But
do you have a file limitation size, or it just becomes unusable?
It all depends on the model and how complex the model is, and how patient you are with the technology. So in other words, when you're out in the middle of the field and that's the only way you have access to it, you become a lot more patient.
Okay.
When you're on your desk and you do it 8 hours a day, you're a lot less patient with it.
Yes.
And that's why we've developed the approach that we've developed, so that the people where it makes sense to have them in the cloud, they're in the cloud. The people it makes sense to have traditional workstations still have traditional workstations, because this box lives in your server room.
When I'm on site, I'm often looking at specific areas anyway. So can I just use the box section tool?
Yeah,
fire it up, save it, and then when I open it up there, then you've automatically reduced your
Absolutely. And then the advantage is if you need to say something that you haven't prepped for in advance, you're still connected to the live file sitting on the server, so you have access to 100% of your project data when you're out in the field, because functionally you've never left the office.
The other thing, have you used this with survey of existing asset?
With what?
So we've got a lot of existing asset that we think we've modeled correctly. Then I'm going in the field with laser rangefinder and spotting height. And when I find differences, I want to change it.
Okay.
Would it be practical to change it in the field?
I would most likely use a laptop in that case in the field, but still connect through the cloud.
Yeah, but I'd have a powerful laptop.
Yeah,
be good on that.
Because then you've got a keyboard and a mouse. But then you could do it with this. So you
do
don't have to take your expensive laptop in the field anymore.
Okay. Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you. So what sort of costs are we talking about?
If you want, we have the trial box that starts at $5,000, and this is 30 days. It's basically our time. And this has all of the different technologies that we support on it, as well as the software that you need to try it with.
Okay.
After the 30 days, then we move to either you buy the box outright, and then it becomes a turnkey solution, or we go to installing it on your hardware, or we move directly to the Brain Trust, which is $16,000, and that's where we instruct your IT department how to build these.
Yes,
so that they can fully maintain it, they can fully build as many as you need.
So the package is about 16 grand.
Correct.
US dollars.
Correct.
And a lot of our IT boys' time and our IT hardware.
Correct.
To put it on. How does that work with? And then I'm presuming, I'm very sort of beginning on this, but I'm presuming that our IT department can then configure it so that we get a virtual private network for our contractors, and how we let them have access in and who has access to it.
Right.
Brilliant.
So you use standard IT practices for that.
And it can be via web as well as Wi-Fi.
Right. We do have a web client as well.
Is that extra cost, or is that? Okay.
It's only the cost for that web that you normally would pay for that service provider. But no, there's no. It's a flat fee.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you. Okay. Well, thanks, Bill. That was brilliant.
Nice to meet you.